was spicy, versatile, and loved by many people. Give me something.
Salsa.
Jessica Perry, kidding. But today it's going to be about Old Bay. Old Bay is a seasoning that is used on many different things. Pizza, French fries, hamburgers, but it's most prominently meant for seafood, mainly crabs and shrimp. It was originally called the Delicious Brand Shrimp and Crab Seasoning, but that didn't really stick, as you can see. So a better name was inspired by a steamship route, and thus the name Old Bay was born. Now, even 76 years later after its creation, Old Bay is still bringing amazing flavor and good times to the great state of Maryland. Living in Maryland, I've always used Old Bay. Having gone through a 3-year culinary program in high school, whenever I felt a dish needed an extra something, I added Old Bay. I could always depend on it for both flavor and inspiration. I picked Old Bay as my cultural artifact because it's one of the things, well, besides the flag, that I feel represents Maryland culture best. First, I will show how it's used in our culture. Second, I will tell what the spice represents. And third, I'll explain its importance in Maryland culture. What are some things that come to your mind when you think of Maryland?
Ravens.
Baltimore.
Guys. Thank you. Crabs, Old Bay, and the Terps. Honestly, Old Bay can be used as an identifier as well. How many other states have Old Bay readily available in almost all their restaurants and grocery stores? Not here in Virginia, I can tell you that. Here in Maryland, we put Old Bay on everything. Popcorn, soup, even corn. You name it, we've probably done it. Now, although some places do use Old Bay, it's nothing like a Marylander's touch. This artifact not only represents flavor and location, but it shows how something as simple as a seasoning can bring people closer together over a wonderful family meal. The spice represents a people that are both diverse but awesome, and spicy but not overbearing. The fact that Old Bay is not limited to food shows how entrenched it is in Maryland culture. For example, in a song I was listening to, the artist said, "Got a girl in Maryland, I called her Old Bay." If that doesn't explain Maryland culture, I'm not sure what does. The reason I identify so deeply with Maryland culture is because I've lived there basically my entire life. Some of the most amazing meals I've had, I ate in Maryland. I take a lot of pride in being from Maryland. It's actually kind of funny. Especially going to an out-of-state school, my pride shows when I say things like, "Where's the Old Bay? Where's the seafood? This would never happen in Maryland." Comments like this show I have a love for not only my state, but the amazing things that are associated with it. The fact that I'm doing a speech on Old Bay shows how much Maryland I am. Old Bay is a spice, and the job of that is to make things taste better. Like Old Bay, each person is their own type of spice or seasoning, each bringing something different to the cooking pot to make a dish better. Living in a big family, I learned to deal with many different types of spices and seasonings, which in turn has made me a better person. Old Bay is important because it reminds me of some of the amazing times I've had with my family during a family dinner of crabs, shrimp, and you guessed it, Old Bay. So as I said before, Old Bay represents Maryland culture well because you can identify a location with it. We put it on any and everything, and it not only represents amazing meals, but the times that will always be remembered because of them. I think it's safe to say that the great state of Maryland wouldn't be as great if we didn't have Old Bay. So let's recap. First, I showed how Old Bay is used in my culture by sharing that we put it on basically everything, and we even use it in our songs. Second, I told you how Old Bay represents an entire region and the good memories that come along with great meals. And third, I explained why it's important to Maryland culture because it honestly wouldn't be the same without it. So now that my speech is done, I hope all of you understand that Old Bay isn't just a seasoning in a yellow, blue, and red can. Old Bay is a way of life. Thank you.